Welcome to TLH Patterns. Today we are going to see how to crochet a pair of wrist warmers. This is an easy pattern and suitable for beginners. The size that I am showing you today is for an adult medium. However, it can be modified to suit any size. You will need about 100 yards of DK weight yarn and a G or 4 mm crochet hook and a couple of stitch markers along with yarn needle. Let's start with the wrist cuff or the ribbing part of your wrist warmers. Make a slip knot and chain 10. Now half double crochet in the third chain. Skip the first two chains and make a half double crochet in the third chain. To make half double crochet, yarn over, insert hook into next chain, pull yarn, yarn over and pull through all the 3 loops on the hook. Now continue working half double crochet stitches in each of the chain across. You will have 8 half double crochet stitches in the first row. The first 2 chains that we skipped at the beginning will not count as a stitch. Chain 1 and turn. This chain 1 also will not count as a stitch. Now we will be working into the front loops. So you can see there are 2 loops at the top and there are loops below them. So we will work into these loops below those 2 top loops. Now work half double crochets in the lower loops of each stitch across except the last. So we will work half double crochet in the lower loops of first 7 stitches. The last stitch will be worked into both the loops, chain 1 and turn. You can see the texture that forms at the front. Now we'll work into the back loops of each stitch. You can see there are 2 loops at the top. One is towards you and one away from you. The ones away from you are the back loops. Now make half double crochets into the back loops of the first 7 stitches. Work the last stitch into both the loops. That was row 3. Repeat rows 2 and 3 7 more times so that you have 17 rows in total. In this row you are working into the lower loops. This pattern is adjustable. You can change the size of your wrist warmers either by increasing or decreasing the number of rows. You can wrap the ribbing part around your wrist to check if it fits you. If it doesn't, then you can increase 1 or 2 more rows, and remember that every row will increase 2 stitches. This is a cuff of your wrist warmers. As I said, you can increase or decrease the size of your wrist warmers by increasing or decreasing the number of rows. We'll move on to the next part. We need to make double crochet stitches across the length of the cuff. So start by making chain 3 and work 2 stitches in each row. So this chain 3 will count as your first stitch. Then you made another stitch in the first row, and in the next row I am making 2 double crochet stitches. Again in the next row make 2 double crochet stitches. So similarly make 2 double crochets in each row. Since you have 17 rows, you will have 34 stitches in total. You have 34 stitches in this row. Chain 3 and turn. Next row you will work double crochet in each stitch across. So if you had increased or decreased the number of rows in the cuff part, then the number of stitches will change here. So for each row you will have an increase of 2 stitches. Okay, now we'll start the next row. Chain 3 and turn. Now skip 1 stitch and make a double crochet in the next stitch, and then work a double crochet in the stitch that you skipped. This makes a cross. Now skip next stitch and work a double crochet in the next stitch. Now work double crochet in the skipped stitch. Again skip 1 stitch and double crochet in the next stitch, double crochet in the skipped stitch. Repeat this across. You will be left with 1 stitch at the end, double crochet in the last stitch. I am making the double crochet in the last stitch, which is the turning chain. Chain 3 and turn. Work double crochet in each stitch across. So you will have 34 stitches. Next row is your cross stitch row. Chain 3, skip 1 stitch, double crochet in next stitch and double crochet in the skipped stitch. So repeat it across with double crochet in the last stitch. Now repeat rows 3 and 4 3 more times. Finally repeat row 3, that would make 11 rows. Row 3 is a cross stitch row and row 4 is a double crochet row. You can fasten off, then we'll sew the edges together. Now fold the wrist warmers into 2 lengthwise with the wrong side out. Now measure 4.5 centimeters from above the top of the cuff. So from the top of the cuff, measure 4.5 centimeters and place a stitch marker there for your thumb space, and then measure 2.5 centimeters for the thumb space and place a marker. Now sew the edges below and above the thumb opening. Start from the bottom. Use your yarn needle. Now pull the right side out, so you have edges left to work. Now join yarn in any stitch at the top and work single crochet in each stitch around. Now work another round of single crochet. Then you can join the yarn with the slip stitch to the first stitch and fasten off. Your wrist warmer is ready. Make one more. I will try it on to see if it fits me. It fits me perfectly. Please give me a thumbs up if you like the pattern, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.